Welcome to Current Affairs Reader. We are discussing Ramsar sites in India. Ramsar sites are wetlands of international importance designated under the Ramsar Convention, an intergovernmental environmental treaty established in 1971 in Ramsar, Iran. India officially joined the Ramsar Convention on 1st February 1982. Totally, India has 100 Ramsar sites. India has the highest number of Ramsar sites in Asia. Globally, India holds the third rank after the United Kingdom and Mexico. The Montreux Record is the registry of wetland sites on the Ramsar list facing ecological threats due to human interference. Sites from India listed in the Montreux Record are Keoladeo National Park in Rajasthan, added to the list in 1990. Loktak Lake in Manipur, listed in 1993. Formerly listed site from India, Chilika Lake in Odisha, listed in 1993 and removed from the list in 2002 after its ecological restoration. Thus, Chilika Lake became the first site in Asia officially removed from the Montreux Record. Largest Ramsar site in India, Sundarban Wetland, West Bengal. Smallest Ramsar site in India, Renuka Wetland, Himachal Pradesh. Oldest sites, Chilika Lake in Odisha and Keoladeo Ghana National Park in Rajasthan. Both sites were designated as Ramsar sites in 1981. Latest site, Jai Prakash Narayan Bird Sanctuary, Uttar Pradesh, the 100th Ramsar site. State having the highest number of sites, Tamil Nadu, 20 Ramsar sites. Here we will go through the states and their Ramsar sites. First, Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh has only one Ramsar site, that is Kolaroo Lake. Kolaroo Lake was designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. Kolaroo Lake lies between the Godavari and Krishna River basins. Kolaroo Lake is one of India's largest freshwater lakes. It is a naturally eutrophic lake, which means a nutrient-rich lake. Kolaroo Lake is a habitat for migratory birds, especially the gray pelican, also known as the spot-billed pelican. Kolaroo Lake is an important part of the Central Asian Flyway. Central Asian Flyway. The Central Asian Flyway is a major global bird migration route. It is the shortest flyway in the world. The Central Asian Flyway route covers about 30 countries across Eurasia. The Central Asian Flyway lies between the Arctic Ocean and the Indian Ocean and its islands. It is one of the most vulnerable flyways, with over 40% of species showing declining populations due to wetland degradation, climate change, and habitat loss. Next, Assam has only one Ramsar site. That is Deepor Beel, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. Deepor Beel is known as the Lake of Elephants. It is a permanent freshwater oxbow lake. It forms part of the migratory flyways of birds. It supports globally threatened bird species such as the spot-billed pelican, the lesser adjutant stork, and the greater adjutant stork. Bihar has 6 Ramsar sites. First one, Kanwar Tal, also known as Kabar Tal Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2020. It is the first Ramsar site in Bihar. Kanwar Tal is Asia's largest freshwater oxbow lake, formed by the meandering of the Burhi Gandak River, spanning over 2,600 hectares. Kanwar Tal lies in the Indo-Gangetic Plain. It is a winter stopover for migratory birds along the Central Asian Flyway. It supports endangered vultures and water birds, such as Bear's Pokart, red-headed vulture, white-rumped vulture, greater adjutant stork, and lesser adjutant stork. Second one, Gokul Jalashay, designated as a Ramsar site in 2025. Gokul Oxbow Lake is situated on the southern banks of the Ganga River. Third, Udaipur Jheel, designated as a Ramsar site in 2025. It is a natural oxbow lake surrounded by the Udaipur Wildlife Sanctuary. It is a winter habitat for migratory species such as the common pochard and bar-headed goose. Fourth, Gogabil Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2025. It is a freshwater oxbow lake and wetland. Gogabil Lake supports resident and migratory water birds. It is a habitat for the lesser adjutant stork, the helicopter catfish, and the smooth-coated otter. Fifth, Nagi Bird Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is a human-made wetland formed by the construction of the Nagi Dam. It is a shallow, marshy reservoir that supports rich aquatic species diversity. It protects endangered migratory birds such as the Bear's Pochard. Sixth, Nakti Bird Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is a human-made wetland created by the Nakti Dam. Nakti Bird Sanctuary hosts globally threatened species such as the Indian elephant and native catfish species. Next, Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh has only one Ramsar site, that is Koper Reservoir, designated as a Ramsar site in 2025. It is a rain-fed freshwater wetland. It supports migratory and resident birds such as the river tern, common pochard, and Egyptian vulture. Next, Goa. Goa has only one Ramsar site. That is Nanda Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. Nanda Lake is a freshwater lake. It is fed by a tributary of the Zuari River. Nanda Lake hosts migratory water birds such as the black-headed ibis, Brahmini kite, and lesser whistling duck. Next, Gujarat. Gujarat has 5 Ramsar sites. First, Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2012. It is a natural freshwater lake in the Thar Desert region. It is a crucial stopover for migratory birds using the Central Asian Flyway. Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary is one of the largest bird sanctuaries in India. It protects over 200 bird species, including flamingos, pelicans, and the Sarus crane. Second, Thol Lake Wildlife Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2021. It is a human-made reservoir. It serves as a habitat for blackbucks during the dry season. It is a wintering ground for migratory birds on the Central Asian Flyway. It supports the white-rumped vulture and the sociable lapwing. Third, Kijadia Wildlife Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It contains a mix of freshwater and saltwater ecosystems. It is a crucial breeding and nesting ground for migratory birds using the Central Asian Flyway. Fourth, Chari Dand Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2026. It is a seasonal wetland. It is a saline desert wetland. It lies between the Bani grasslands and the salt flats of the Rann of Kutch. It is a biodiversity hotspot famous for hosting massive flocks of flamingos. Fifth, Wadvana Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2021. It is a human-made freshwater wetland. It is a habitat for the Pallas fish eagle and the Sarus crane. Wadvana Wetland serves as a vital wintering ground for migratory birds on the Central Asian Flyway. Haryana. Haryana has 2 Ramsar sites. 1. Bindawas Wildlife Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2021. It is the largest Ramsar site in Haryana. It is a human-made freshwater wetland. Bindawas Wildlife Sanctuary is a major wintering ground for birds. It is the habitat for Egyptian vultures, Pallas's fish eagle, steppe eagle, and black-bellied tern. Next, Sultanpur National Park, designated as a Ramsar site in 2021. It hosts more than 220 species of resident and migratory birds. It supports endangered species like the Siberian crane. It supports winter migrants such as greater flamingos, Eurasian widgeons, and bar-headed geese. Next, Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh has 3 Ramsar sites. First, Chandra Tal, designated as a Ramsar site in 2005. It is a high-altitude lake near Kunzum Pass. Chandra Tal is home to the endangered snow leopard, Himalayan ibex, and blue sheep. Second, Renuka Lake Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2005. It is a freshwater wetland with karst formations. Third, Pong Dam Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. It is a man-made reservoir. Pong Dam Lake is an earth-fill embankment dam on the Beas River. Pong Dam Lake lies on the Trans-Himalayan Flyway for migratory birds. It is one of the most important fishing reservoirs in the Himalayan foothills. Next, Jharkhand. Jharkhand has 1 Ramsar site. That is Udwa Lake, also known as Udwa Lake Bird Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2025. It acts as a natural backwater or oxbow lake system. It is a critical stopover for birds migrating from Europe and Siberia during the winter months. It provides habitat for resident and migratory birds such as the woolly-necked stork, lesser adjutant, and bar-headed goose. Next, Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir has 5 Ramsar sites. 1. Wular Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 1990. It is India's largest freshwater lake. It is the 2nd largest freshwater lake in Asia. Wular Lake is fed by the Jhelum River. Wular Lake was formed by tectonic activity. 2. Hokersar Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2005. Hokersar Wetland is known as the Queen Wetland of Kashmir. It is the largest bird reserve in the Kashmir Valley. It is fed by the Dudganga River, a tributary of the Jhelum. It is a winter stopover for migratory birds. Resident birds include grebe, vulture, and kingfisher. Migratory birds include widgeon, greylag goose, and ruddy shelduck. 3. Haigam Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is a freshwater marsh wetland. It has the largest reed bed in Kashmir. It is recognized as an important bird area, IBA. 4. Surinsar-Mansar Lakes, designated as a Ramsar site in 2005. Surinsar and Mansar are twin lakes. They are freshwater lakes. They protect endemic and endangered Medusa and IUCN Red List turtles, including the Indian flapshell turtle and Indian softshell turtle. 5. Shalabug Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is fed by rainwater, snowmelt, and the Sindh River. It is dominated by dense reed beds. Shalabug Wetland is a wintering ground for migratory birds. Keralam has 3 Ramsar sites. 1. Ashtamudi Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. It is a large brackish water estuarine system. It is a unique large palm-shaped lake. It is referred to as the gateway to the backwaters of Keralam. Ashtamudi Wetland has a diverse aquatic ecosystem. 2. Vembanad Coal Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. Vembanad Coal Wetland is divided into 2 zones, the freshwater dominant zone and the saltwater dominant zone. Vembanad Lake is the longest lake in India. It is Kerala's largest brackish lake. Vembanad Coal Wetland is the 3rd largest Ramsar site in India. It is an important bird area, IBA, and a wintering ground for migratory birds. 3. Sastamkota Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. Sastamkota Lake is Kerala's largest freshwater lake. It is known as the Queen of Lakes. It has unique spring-fed, mineral-free waters. It self-purifies through indigenous Chaeoborus larvae that consume bacteria. Next, Karnataka. Karnataka has 4 Ramsar sites. 1. Ranganathidu Bird Sanctuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is referred to as Pakshi Kashi, meaning the abode of birds of Karnataka. It spans over 6 islets on the Kaveri River. It is a breeding ground for birds. Ranganathidu Bird Sanctuary supports more than 1% of the global population of spot-billed pelicans. 2. Aganashini Estuary, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is formed at the confluence of the Aganashini River and the Arabian Sea. It is a free-flowing river estuary. Aganashini Estuary has expansive mangrove forests. It is a breeding and spawning ground for fishes and prawns. 3. Ankasamudra Bird Conservation Reserve, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is a human-made village irrigation tank. It is a major stopover for migratory and resident birds. Ankasamudra Bird Conservation Reserve hosts more than 1% of the painted stork and black-headed ibis population. It supports Indian cormorants, gray herons, and spot-bellied pelicans. 4. Magadi Keri Conservation Reserve, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is a human-made wetland. It is a saline wetland. Magadi Keri Conservation Reserve is a wintering habitat for migratory waterfowl such as gray and purple herons. It is southern India's largest wintering ground for the bar-headed goose. Next, Maharashtra. Maharashtra has 3 Ramsar sites. 1. Lonar Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 2020. It is a saline and alkaline lake. Lonar Lake is an oval-shaped lake. It is a meteorite crater lake. It hosts haloarchaea, microbes that produce a pink pigment in the water. It is a National Geoheritage Monument because it is the only known hypervelocity meteorite impact crater on Earth formed entirely in basaltic rock. 2. Thane Creek, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is India's first Ramsar site situated within a major urban metropolis. It is a brackish water creek. Its mangroves provide a vital feeding and roosting ground for massive flocks of flamingos and other waterbird species along the Central Asian Flyway. 3. Nandur Madameshwar, designated as a Ramsar site in 2020. It is called the Bharatpur of Maharashtra. It is a man-made wetland. It is formed at the confluence of the Godavari and Kadwa rivers. It hosts the eastern imperial eagle, woolly-necked stork, and demoiselle crane. It is home to leopards, jackals, otters, and palm civets. Manipur has 1 Ramsar site. That is Loktak Lake, designated as a Ramsar site in 1990. It is the largest freshwater lake in northeastern India. A major feature of Loktak Lake is the floating fumdis, heterogeneous masses of vegetation, soil, and organic matter at various stages of decomposition that float on the lake surface. Cable Lamjau National Park, the only floating national park in the world, is located on Loktak Lake. Next, Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh has 5 Ramsar sites. 1. Bhoj Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. It is a twin lake system, the Upper Lake and Lower Lake. They are freshwater lakes. The Upper Lake is a human-made reservoir dating back to the 11th century and still serves as a primary source of drinking water. It is rich in biodiversity with resident and migratory birds, phytoplankton, and zooplankton. 2. Yashwant Sagar, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is a freshwater reservoir. It is a human-made dam reservoir. It is recognized as an important bird and biodiversity area, IBA. Yashwant Sagar supports the endangered Sarus crane. 3. Serpur Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is a human-made lake. It is a nutrient-rich lake. Serpur Wetland hosts the common pochard, Indian river tern, and Egyptian vulture. Indore received the Wetland City tag for preserving Ramsar sites such as Serpur Lake and Yashwant Sagar. 4. Tawa Reservoir, designated as a Ramsar site in 2024. It is a human-made reservoir. Tawa Reservoir is situated at the confluence of the Tawa and Denwa rivers. It lies within the Satpura Tiger Reserve. It hosts spotted deer and painted stork. 5. Sakya Sagar, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is a human-made reservoir. It is especially known for marsh crocodiles and Indian pythons. It hosts the mugger crocodile and humpbacked mahseer. Next, Mizoram. Mizoram has only one Ramsar site, that is Pala Wetland, designated as a Ramsar site in 2022. It is a natural lake in the Indo-Burma Biodiversity Hotspot. It is situated within the Palak Wildlife Sanctuary. It is the largest natural wetland in Mizoram. The remaining Ramsar sites will be covered in the next session. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.